North Korea plotting to wipe out 90% of USA with deadly EMP bomb amid World War III scare. North Korea's threat of an electromagnetic pulse bomb must be stopped, Donald Trump's chief of staff claimed. North Korea's growing threat towards the United States must be stopped, the U.S. chief of staff has said. John Kelly was quizzed about the threat of a future electromagnetic pulse bomb, and warned about why Kim Jong-un's warnings must be stopped. Speaking on Fox News, Laura Ingraham asked, Congressman Trent Franks talked about the possibilities about North Korea, with its hydrogen bomb capabilities, ultimately being able to explode an EMP, over the middle of the country, an electromagnetic pulse bomb, EMP. You play that out, that could ultimately lead to the death of like 90% of the country. Cars don't work, computers don't work, nothing works without the computer any longer. What about that? That is the kind thing that I think would keep you up at night, because that is the kind of thing that really is terrifying. The U.S. Chief of Staff stepped in stating that the threat of North Korea developing devastating weapons was why Kim Jong-un must be stopped in his quest of developing strong nuclear capabilities. He said, that's why, Kim Jong-un cannot have an intercontinental ballistic missile that can deliver a survivable nuclear device to the homeland. Experts have warned that an EMP attack would emit bursts of electromagnetic energy which could jam a country's power grid. Fears were also raised that such an attack could damage food supplies due to the impact of radiation. Mr. Kelly then called for the dictator of the rogue state to give up his dream for nuclear missiles, as North Korea did not need the weapons. He said, what the president really hopes, and we all men and women of goodwill feel this way, is that the leadership such as it is in North Korea come to their senses with the help of countries like China, decide to denuclearize, give up their atomic weapons. There is no reason for them. They serve no purpose for that country. They already have the capability to at least reach with missiles the great American citizens that live on Guam. North Korea have been ramping up their threats towards the United States with its testing of nuclear weapons in recent months. The most recent nuclear test took place on September 3 at the Punggye test site, which registered as a 5.7 magnitude earthquake by the South Korean government. A senior diplomat from Pyongyang also warned the United States that the threat of a possible atmospheric nuclear test over the Pacific Ocean should be taken literally. President Donald Trump is set to travel to Asia in his bid to urge countries to continue applying pressure on the rogue state and its nuclear programs. Mr. Trump will visit South Korea, Japan, China, Vietnam and the Philippines, but fears have been raised that the visit could trigger World War III. The U.S. has deployed nuclear bombers to the Pacific ahead of the Asia tour,